All right, boys, patch notes just dropped literally 10 seconds ago. So what we're going to do here is go over them. How do you zoom in on keyboard? Zoom in on this bad boy. All right. So holy shit, dude, we got so much going on here. I'm going to go over mercenary changes, and then we'll focus on mercenary first, since that's my favorite thing to do, okay? All right, so obviously we have the Gemling Legionnaire changes here. The crystalline potential notable passive skill has been removed. Add a new notable passive skill, Essence of Virtue. This grants a virtuous barrier skill, which we've seen, like gemstone moats around you. And then advanced thaumaturgy no longer grants the thaumaturgical dynamism skill. Instead now grants gem quality, grants socketed skills an additional effect. Right, we saw that. All gems in the game now have an additional quality stat that can be seen while holding Alt on the gem after picking this notable. Obviously, they weren't going to show us everything, but that's something I might start gemling. I don't know. That's the only ascendancy changes? Interesting. Witch Hunter Obsessive. Rituals now grants 50% less armor and evasion rating, previously 35% less. Okay, so that's a little bit of a nerf. Wow. All right. Blood Mage. Got a little bit of a buff on that. Interesting. I was hoping they would change a little bit on the Tactician, since a lot of that shit is just meh. It's just meh. Here we go. Added 19 new companion-themed passive skills to the passive tree. This could be good, as I've used companions for my crossbow builds. 9 new life recoup speed passive skills. Trusted Kinship Keystone passive now grants 30% more reservation efficiency of companion skills and 20% less reservation efficiency of non-companion skills. It no longer provides you have 30% less defenses, or companions have +1 to each defense for every 2 of that defense you have. Okay, well that's good, because losing defense to have companions fucking sucked. Reform barrier cluster has been removed. They've done a ton of changes to the passive tree. This is crazy. Okay, this one could be interesting for us to use, since I did like to run Rage to boost up my damage on Mercenary. Craving Slaughter notable passive skill now provides +15 maximum rage if you've used a skill that requires glory in the past 20 seconds. Previously +8 per skill that requires glory used in the past 6 seconds, up to 5 times. Oh, we tried that and it didn't stack on while using banners like we thought it would. So if that does work now, we always have what, 44 rage, was it? So this could give us 59 rage, which could be pretty massive. And as long as we pop a banner, I think our banners were up every 6-7 seconds. This would give us a pretty big boost of damage. So that's cool. That's cool. See, like, stuff like this is a good change. This now grants 3% increased max life and 20% increased amount of life leech. Previously 3% reduced. So that's a good change. You'll love to see it. The small banner area of effect passive skills now provide 12% increased banner area of effect, previously 15%. The small banner area tactician passive skill now provides 16% increased banner area of effect, previously 20. Okay, so we're losing some banner AoE, but that's fine, because honestly they were pretty big. I don't think we're gonna really notice a 7% decrease. Shouldn't be that bad. All right, crossbow ammunition skills now have a base cost of 0 rather than having their cost completely disabled, meaning that effects that add additional costs will not apply to them. Interesting. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know if I understand what that means. Because you get down to 0, you reload. Don't they all have a base cost of... I don't know what that could mean. Comet got a bit of a nerf. Nothing too crazy though. All right, let's see. Defiance banner, Dread banner, and War banner no longer have a movement speed penalty during use. Now have a banner or a base radius of 6 meters, previously 4.5. Oh, okay. So they pulled back those nodes, but gave us a bigger base radius, which is actually, I think they'll wind up being bigger than, you know, obviously than what they normally were. And not having a movement speed penalty is kind of nice. I mean, it still wasn't bad. Like, you picked it up and he's like threw it in the ground. It wasn't that bad, but now no movement speed penalty for reloading, which they did a while back, and now this it's just going to make it just way smoother, you know. Eternal Rage, I used to use this, can no longer be activated in specific weapon sets. It is now required to be active in both weapon sets and will fail to activate if this is not possible. Ooh, okay, all right. We got fragmentation rounds. Quality now grants +2 fragments per shot. Previously 0 to 20% more physical damage. Okay. I mean, more fragments, I guess, would be more damage than 20%. Mirage Archer and Mirage Deadeye can now be used with channeled skills, including Snipe, Plasma Blast, and Detonating Arrow. Hold on. Mirage Archer can now be used with Plasma Blast. Okay, so now if we have a Mirage Archer, which I know a lot of people like to run that, you can have them shoot a big old fucking laser. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Tame Beast, Summon Beast now deal 40% more damage at gem level 9, scale up to 84% and gem level 20. Now immediately summons newly tamed beasts if you have enough spirit. So really not any skill changes for Crossbow at all. I mean, fragmentation rounds and Mirage Archer, that's it. Nothing else at all. All right. Support changes. Let's see if we can find anything in here. Okay, this is a pretty big nerf. Arjun's Medal now grants 25% chance to load a bolt into all crossbow skills on dealing a killing blow with supported skills. Previously 100%. I mean, I think it'll still be good. You know, it just won't be guaranteed. But it should still be pretty good. I mean, you got a 1 in 4 chance, and if you're killing big packs, you're not even going to notice it. Honestly, it's just always going to be giving it to you. Batar's Vengeance went down to 15 seconds instead of 20 seconds. Living Lightning no longer replaces minions when summoning a new one while already at maximum number of minions. Stage 1, 2, and 3 can now support minion skills. Okay. Wrath's Assault now grants supported skills load 4 bolts when you dodge, previously 5. So we got a little bit, we got 1 less. And supported skills load 3 additional bolts, previously 4. And now also grants supported skills have 10% increased attack speed, previously 20. So that got a big nerf. All right, well, there goes that. Shock Conduction 2 can no longer be obtained. RIP. Not a lot for skills and supports. Not a lot at all. I guess they feel they're pretty balanced. Okay. See if I can find some unique item changes in here for Crossbow. Okay, there's new Sign Acquio unique gloves. Now have 150 to 200% increased armor evasion energy shield, previously 1 to 150, so that got a boost. It no longer has enemies immobilized by you take 20% more damage, and instead now has a 30 to 50% increased damage against immobilized enemies. It's just better, honestly. We get more armor evasion energy shield, and then instead of just 20% more damage, we give up to 50% increased damage against immobilized enemies. And when I'm running like Tactician and I'm pinning, constantly pinning with projectiles, that'll be more damage. So all my builds that use the Sign Acquio unique gloves got a little bit of a boost to damage. You love to see it. You love to see it. All right, so really not a lot there. Let's see item changes. Greater and perfect currencies have been made somewhat rarer, with transmutation and augmentation being made significantly rarer. Okay. Cool. Divine orbs are now more common. Excuse me? Divine orbs are now more common. That is an interesting change. I mean, I know that's usually the currency that you know, it winds up being. But I mean, I'm all for it because, like, you never really get enough to really sit there and spam them on your equipment to reroll the stats. So I wonder how common they're going to be. It's probably not going to be much, but I guess enough to make a little bit of a difference. You probably get like 1.25 times more now or something, you know? Sanctifying an item now multiplies each modifier value based on the current value instead of randomizing values. Okay. Omen of Corruption can no longer be obtained. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I always use this every time I did a Valor. Will be more unpredictable. So I guess they just got rid of that. Huh. Okay. Number of overall essences found in the campaign have been increased. That's good. Let you do more crafting. Oh, the amount of armor granted by items and modifiers has been increased as you get to higher levels. At level 65, you should have approximately 33% more armor, tapering down to 15% at level 80 plus. That's good. That's good. That means you're less squishy. Amount of evasion granted by items, same thing. Okay, so we're getting buffs to defensive layers. Amount of energy shield granted by items is now roughly 8% more at level 65 and unchanged at level 80 plus. Okay, so they're like, energy shield is still too OP. You can have a little bit more early, but then you ain't getting shit because it's too good. But I mean, that's big for armor and evasion. It's the base weapon range for 2 maces, 2-handed maces, quarterstaves. Okay. An artillery bow, a little bit less attacks per second. Oh, alternate quality items from breach catalysts may now be salvaged to return a portion of the catalyst used. That's pretty big. I like that. Ah, here we go. So the plus to level of all whatever skill, where it's melee projectile, the plus to level of all projectile skills modifiers on 2-handed attack weapons now has a value of +5 at tier 1, previously +7. The lower tiers have also been adjusted. So +5 is now the highest instead of +7. So I'm assuming, because we could put God, it's been so long. Could we put, so the perfect essence of battle gave +5. Okay, so that was 2 under. So does that mean the perfect essence of battle is only give us a +3 now? Is that going to be the change? We'll have to see. The +2 to level projectile skills modifier on quivers now has a value of +1. Yeah, so they're I mean, we're gonna lose a lot of damage. Oh, here's my answer. The perfect essence of battle now provides +3 to level of all attack skills on the crossbow, previously +5, and +2 on one-handed. Okay, so yeah, I mean, obviously I guessed it right here. So I mean, that's a big damage loss. It really is. But I mean, I'm in the camp of plus level to skills. It's got to go. It's got to go, man. It scales too high, especially when you're running like 2-handed maces. You can get +14. It's too much. And it's one of those stats that you have to scale your damage, because it starts scaling, you know, just insanely after level 20. And it's one of those mandatory stats. So they haven't removed it completely, but they did bump it down a bit. But it's like, well, it's still going to be mandatory. You're still going to run it, you know? Body runes are granting more life, armor, energy shield. Okay. So it looks like runes are granting more. All runes got a buff. Okay. Okay, so the runes that give you resistance, max was giving you 14% per, now they give 18%. Okay. That's a nice little change. Nice little addition. I'm okay with that. I'm still probably not going to use these. The ones with strength, dex, and intelligence. I mean, who uses them? Unless you're going through the campaign and you just have one. Okay, Thane Leld's Rune of Spring no longer grants adds 1 to 60 lightning damage. It instead grants 1 to 60 lightning damage against shocked enemies. Okay. So that's fine. I'll still use it. That's fine. So they're changing that. So instead of just generically giving it, you have to, like, if you want the fire damage, you're going to get it against ignited enemies. You want the cold against chilled or frozen. Lightning against shocked. Okay. So it looks like all runes and idols, they're just bumping up how much they give you, which is good. It looks like across the board, everything's being bumped. Everything's being bumped up. Not much, but it'll be enough to make a difference for sure. Yeah, all of these are getting bumped up. Okay, so Stag Idol now has a limit of 1. It now grants projectiles have 15% chance to fork when socketed in helmets. Previously, 50% increased thorns critical hit chance. The bonded modifier for helmets now grants 30% chance for an additional projectile when forking, which was previously thorns damage. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Increased banner area of effect modifiers on jewels now have values of 6 to 16%, previously 10 to 20%. Existing items can be up to... Okay, so they're scaling back the banner area of effect modifiers, but they gave us a bigger base radius from 4.5 to 6 meters. So it'll either be it'll probably be about the same. Honestly, it might be a little bit bigger than what they used to be, which is fine. You know, that's fine. The gold price of weapons, asynchronous trade, have been increased by approximately 50%. Damn. Essence monster packs are now affected by modifiers to pack size. Okay. For visual clarity, load times, and performance on the Acts 1 to 3 world maps. Additionally, they have been made to more accurately reflect the in-game directionality of area layouts. Reroll button in the ritual UI now pulses when you have free rerolls available. This is a bunch of QOL stuff, man. Dude, this is going to be insane. I can't wait. The augment stash has been updated, now has 5 sections. Maximum rage, rage loss delay, and rage loss per second are now displayed in the character panel. Okay. Added a feature to quickly change the currency you are currently applying when playing with a controller. Okay. Rework the currency exchange UI when playing with a controller. Improved target selection for items and interactable objects when using a controller. Microtransaction changes. Are we getting new stuff? Enabled the following existing armor set microtransactions for use. Arcane, Arctic Crystal, Assassin, Atlantis, Black and White, Chimera, Coliseum, Curse, Dark Prism, Doomguard, Eclipse, Eerie, Fire, Fire and Ice, Imperial Eagle, Mage Guard, Malachi, Miracle, Scavenger Seeker, Twilight, Void Emperor, Vulcan, and Wild. Void Emperor, finally! Yes! Back attachments, I'm not reading all those. Finally get some new stuff coming over. Nice. Bug fixes. I don't know if I'm gonna really scour through all of this. Oh, fixed a bug where Tactician's Cannon's Ready notable passive skill would not cause totems to attack when the player uses Molten Blast, Rolling Magma, Oil Barrage, or Power Charged Falling Thunder. Well, that doesn't apply to any of my stuff. Bug where Living Lightning 2 did not scale its level from the gem it was supporting. I guess that's why it always felt like it wasn't really doing anything at all. So hopefully that's a little bit of a damage boost. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you know they're going to keep adding stuff. Every day they might add a little bit more, you know what I mean? So don't go thinking your build safe or your favorite build safe, or you know what I mean? Like, things can still change. I mean, we still got 8 more days, but I mean, there's a lot of info here. You know, I did skim over all of it, but I wanted to go over like mercenary changes and stuff. I mean, it's 46 minutes to skim over all of that. So, pretty big patch notes here. And I did skip a lot of this extra ruin stuff, but I feel like we learned everything about this stuff in the, you know, reveal. But I mean, yeah, I mean, we're not going to know the new crafting runes. We're not, like, there's going to be so many things that we're just not going to see until we get in the game. They're not going to put everything into patch notes, but I mean, absolutely no changes to any of the crossbow skills that I use. Really anybody's skills got touched. They're all, the only big thing is losing the the lower plus to whatever skills, which I still think should probably just not be a thing. But yeah, so nothing too crazy, just a lot of little balancing things. A lot, definitely. I definitely feel more positive about what I've seen here. Like like I said, a lot of the things are just like little increases, more percentage, more, you know, base stats on stuff. It seems pretty good so far. So we'll see what happens in the week leading up. But overall, it looks like most of my builds are going to be fine, if not a little bit of a boost, because like the unique gloves. I'm thinking about maybe rolling the Gemling Legionnaire and doing that new grenade unique, and it depends on what that new ascendancy node, what the quality gives on the grenades. If it gives grenades some crazy stuff, and then you can have, what is it, like 10 seconds with no cooldown, just fire grenades, that might be pretty crazy. I don't know. I also might just run my usual Galvanic shards, Stormblast bolt leveling just to get into Endgame, and then, because chances are we're not going to find that unique and have it for leveling, so I might just play it safe with my my leveling guide. But if anybody wants to check any of that out, down in the description, I've got links to all my Icy Veins guides if you want to go look. Most likely I'll be starting Mercenary, Crossbow, just to blast through. I know probably a lot of people are going to try out the new Monk or Amazon Ascendancy, the Spirit thing, or the Unarmed Monk, but I think I'll play it safe. I will play those classes, but I want to I just want to get in and really see. Like, I'm really excited for the new endgame stuff. Like, I'd rather get in there with like my usual builds and have fun and really push the breach and get into the breach hives and check out the breach tree, and then maybe do some of the new delirium, the new expeditions where you go out the ocean. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to test something new right now, like a new ascendancy. I want to get in and really push these new endgame updates and really really have fun with all the endgame stuff, because that's going to be really cool. So anyway, those are, I guess, what I picked out to be the best for Mercenary, or any changes. And I'll be playing Forza for another week, and then I will see everybody on launch. So come hang out, follow the channel, and see you in the next one.